The months following Ryan's confrontation at the cafe were a whirlwind of transformation. The sting of betrayal from Sana and Taehyung lingered, but Ryan refused to let it define her. She threw herself into her work at the marketing firm, channeling her pain into ambition. Her days were filled with brainstorming sessions, client pitches, and late night refining campaign strategies. The office became her sanctuary, a place where she could lose herself in tasks and prove her worth, not to Sana, not to Taehyung, but to herself. Her dedication didn't go unnoticed. Within weeks, her manager, Mrs. Park, called her into a meeting to discuss a new project, a high profile campaign for a major client. Ryan's ideas, bold yet grounded in data, impressed the team, and she was given a leadership role. The promotion came with a raise and a corner desk, a small but tangible sign of a growing success. Each achievement felt like a brick in the foundation of a new YN, one who didn't need validation from a partner or a best friend to feel whole. At home, her relationship with Jiwoo began to shift. The one icy roommate had become an unexpected ally. After that night when Jiwoo sat with her through her tears, a quiet understanding bloomed between them. Jiwoo wasn't one for grand gestures, but her small acts of kindness spoke volumes. A cup of coffee left on the counter when Ryan was pulling an all nighter, a sarcastic quip to make her laugh after a tough day. A shared pizza during late night Netflix binges. Slowly, the wall between them crumbled. One evening, as they sat on the couch watching a true crime documentary, Ryan glanced at Jiwoo, who was engrossed in the screen. Muttering about the incompetence of the detectives. You know, Ryan said, her voice tentative. I never thought we'd end up as friends. Jiwoo raised an eyebrow, not taking her eyes off the TV. Don't get sappy on me, Ryan. I'm just here for the pizza. Ryan laughed, nudging her shoulder. Sure, but you're stuck with me now. Jiwoo's lips twitched into a rare smile. Guess I could do worse. Their friendship deepened, but on late night talks and shared frustrations, Jiwoo's blunt honesty, once off putting, became a source of comfort. She didn't sugarcoat things, and Wyan appreciated that. When Wyan doubted herself, Jiwoo was there to call her out, reminding her of how far she'd come. You're killing it at work, Jiwoo said one night, tossing a throw pillow at her. Don't let some idiot ex and his new girlfriend make you forget that. Wyan caught the pillow grinning. Ex best friend too. Exactly, screw them both, Jiwoo said, and they clinked their wine glasses in a mock toast. Meanwhile, Taehyung's life was unraveling in ways he hadn't anticipated. At first, his relationship with Sana had been intoxicating. Her charm, her confidence, the way she seemed to understand him, it had felt like a fresh start after the messy breakup with Ryan. But the cracks appeared quickly, within weeks of their relationship becoming official. Sana's possessiveness was subtle at first, a raised eyebrow when he talked to a female co-worker, a pointed comment about how he checked his phone. But it escalated fast. She demanded to know where he was at all times, insisted on accompanying him to every social event, and grew furious when he so much as laughed at another woman's joke. She'd say, her voice sweet but laced with venom, "Why do you need anyone else?" At a friend's birthday party, Taehyung made the mistake of chatting with an old college friend, a woman named Meena. Sana's reaction was explosive. She pulled him aside, her nails digging into his arms, and hissed, "You think you can flirt with her right in front of me?" Taehyung tried to explain, but Sana's eyes flashed with a jealousy that left him unsettled. Later she apologized, tears in her eyes, promising it wouldn't happen again. But it did, again and again. By the 6-month mark, Taehyung felt suffocated. Sana monitored his texts, questioned his every move, and even showed up at his workplace unannounced, claiming she missed him. His friends noticed the change in him. His easygoing smile replaced by tension, his energy drained. "She's intense, man," his friend Jungkook said one night over drinks. "You sure this is what you want?" Taehyung didn't answer, but the question haunted him. He started to see Sana for who she was, manipulative, controlling, and far from the carefree, charming woman he'd been drawn to. Ryan's warning at the cafe echoed in his mind. "She's no good for you. She'll ruin you." complete with cupcakes and a cheesy card signed by her colleagues. Mrs. Park pulled her aside afterward, her expression warm but serious. You've got a bright future, Ryan. Keep pushing. Ryan beamed, the praise fueling her drive. She'd rebuilt herself piece by piece, and the woman staring back at her in the mirror was stronger, more confident, and fiercely independent. She didn't need Taehyung or Sana to feel complete. She had her career, her goals, and her newfound friendship with Jiwoo. Jiwoo smirked, tossing her hair. Secretly, I'm obviously awesome. The banter was interrupted by a familiar voice behind them. She turned, her heart stuttering as she saw Taehyung standing there, a book in his hand and an uncertain look on his face. He looked different, tired, his usual charisma dimmed, but his eyes held a sincerity she hadn't seen in months. Vine crossed her arms, her expression guarded. What happened? He sighed, running a hand through his hair. She was controlling. Possessive. She didn't want me talking to anyone else, didn't trust me, didn't even let me breathe. I broke up with her a month ago, but I've been thinking about you ever since that day at the cafe. I was awful to you. I didn't listen, and I'm so sorry. Wine's chest tightened, the memories of that day flooding back, but she wasn't the same person anymore. She'd grown, healed, and found her own strength. I appreciate that, she said slowly, but I wasn't perfect either. I let Sana's word get to me, and I didn't trust you. I should have talked to you instead of letting it all fall apart. Vine shook her head, a small smile tugging at her lips. I don't think we were meant to be, but I don't hate you. I forgive you, and I forgive myself too. Maybe we can just be friends? He nodded, relief washing over his face. I'd like that, a lot. They stood there for a moment, the weight of the past lifting slightly. It wasn't a fairy tale ending, but it was honest, and that was enough. Back at the apartment, Wine recounted the conversation to Jibu, who listened with a raised eyebrow and a slice of pizza in her hand. Friends, huh? Jibu said, her tone skeptical. You sure about that? Wine nodded, grabbing a slice for herself. Yeah, I don't need him in my life like I used to, but I don't want to carry the anger anymore. I've got too much going for me. Jiwoo grinned, a rare full smile. That's my girl. Now let's celebrate the promotion properly. I'm thinking karaoke and way too many drinks. Wine laughed, feeling lighter than she had been in months. She had her career, her best friend, and a future she was building for herself. Sana's betrayal and Taehyung's mistake were scars, but they didn't define her. She was Wyan, independent, resilient, and ready for whatever came next. As they headed out for the night, Wine glanced at her reflection in the hallway mirror. The woman staring back at her was no longer the naive girl who trusted too easily. She was stronger, wiser, and surrounded by people who truly cared, and that, she realized, was the truest kind of victory. The best way to feel free is forgiving. Be kind, forgive them, and start new. They may not deserve to be forgiven, but you deserve to be at peace with yourself. It's for you and not them.